played at a high level. I mean, he's won championships. He's used to winning, and he's used to competing. He comes from great stock. His dad played here, and those guys, like in my mind, as I've watched them compete, over the last year, and really their passion for the game, they're gonna continue to push guys in this program to be better. They want the opportunity to play, and they're going to push guys in this program, especially on a defense that's got 9 returning starters. They're gonna push these guys and to bring their A game every day, and that's what we know. Competition breeds success. Iron sharpens iron.
Yes, indeed, Coach. And Coach, as John kind of alluded to in his first question, let's keep guys right here in Middle Tennessee in your own backyard, such as Donovan, Josh, Kyle, Jay, and Andrew, or from other schools. Like, I have to come into Middle Tennessee and post talent. So, as going forward, is this going to be an emphasis for you to try to keep homegrown talent right here in Middle Tennessee and not let them get away to the other schools in the SEC that might want them as well?
You know what? I tell you, I mean, you bring up a great point, and I think, that was our push as well. There's great talent here, in Middle Tennessee, and the thing that we have to, continue to do, especially having been here a year, is understand the landscape of what Middle Tennessee football is. It's getting better. The football across the state, man, is really good football. I mean, there's great football players all across the state, and we have to make sure, just in terms of Middle Tennessee, that we start to build a stronghold and drop our footprint exactly where it is, in our own backyard. I know, we have to recruit nationally, but, for young men who want an opportunity to get an education that's really second to none, to play great, football in the SEC, and really what is, probably the greatest conference, in college football, the opportunity it is. Nashville is a bustling city. I think the student athletes in this area, as well as the fan base in this area, are drawn to this place a little bit. And so the more we bring in, maybe the more we grow our fan base. And so, it's exciting to know that, Middle Tennessee is putting on for itself. And, we need to make sure that we continue to, search out these student athletes and, get them on our campus, because, they can play. That's what I do know.
Well, Coach, I can hear it in your voice already. The new season is coming up. Spring practice is right around the corner for you guys, and I can hear that excitement in your voice. So what are you and your staff looking to accomplish in this spring with your returning guys? And then you got the new guys that we just talked about coming in. You guys got some goals set already for the early part of the season?
You know what? The season's going to come soon enough. Our goal this spring is just to make sure that we evaluate our players, and the structure, that we solidify the depth of this football team, so that as we move forward, then we have a better idea, of how we can plug and play, in our schemes. And I think that's important. It's important to know who you are. You've got to lay the foundation for the structure by which you're going to play. You need to lay your foundation in terms of, who you are, with your philosophy and how you guys or how we should look in terms of when we step on the field. But we also want to, put great film on tape. And so spring is about fundamentals. It's about, laying down some great tapes so these guys know and understand how they can build to be better from the time that they finish spring ball to the time that we actually, start our fall season. And so this spring is going to be about baby steps. It's going to be about the fundamentals of, in our base schemes. We're not going to overcomplicate it. We just want fast, physical football with guys that love doing it the way we love teaching it. So it's going to be a fun time. Coach Ludwig has been a mad scientist. He's been in the lab, concocting, in a couple of different formulas to work with. And I've been on the other side of the defensive staff trying to lay a couple of blueprints myself. So, the thing that we do, we love football. And we're all ball. And we care a lot about these kids. So we're just going to keep pushing the envelope, making sure, that we hit them on both sides. What they need to do academically to find success, and what that looks like on the football field. So with that being the case,
and Coach,
we're well on our way.
And Coach, he's also talked about the foundation of building team chemistry and coming together with one another. So as you go through this spring practice, Coach, and that's throughout the season, how do you and your staff go about trying to get the guys to become one with each other for the chemistry with through charity work, community service. So tell us how do you go about building a team, an actual team together, and pick out everybody being on one accord, fighting for each other?
You know what? It's funny. You know, a place like this sort of breeds some of this. A place like Vanderbilt sort of has an atmosphere that allows, you know, our student athletes to understand that they do play in the SEC, but there's an academic component to who they are. The one thing that we talk about is just doing life together. Nobody makes it by themselves. And so when you talk about leadership, when you talk about, you know, loving one another, when you talk about respecting, you know, a teammate and doing your job, and I've only got one rule in my program, and that's do what's right. You know, if you got to think about it more than probably 5 seconds, it's probably wrong. So, you know, man, as we do life together, as we work through, you know, the ebb and flow of what a day brings to us, we just need to make sure that we make good decisions. We take care of one another. We try to, you know, gain ground and build bridges. And if we do that, you know, as a football team, okay, man, if we're building leaders, the bridges come. And so we're doing a lot of leadership training, you know, man, with our guys. We do have an extensive community service piece, whether it's, you know, in the local hospitals, whether it's the local, you know, the Read for Kids program. I mean, we're doing a lot of things in this community to make sure that, you know, Vanderbilt athletics and Vanderbilt football and these Vanderbilt men are far reaching. So if we can do that, like I said, doing life together, okay, is what it's all about.
Coach, you're getting us jacked up, man. JR and I, we got the chat going on during the interview here on the computer screen, and we're both ready to go. So we're ready to hit somebody, man. Sign us up.
Hey, man, let's do this. Hey, I tell you what, man, I still got a couple of spots, man. So why don't you guys come on down here? You know, we start football on Monday. Man, we're going from 6:30 in the morning to 8:30. If you can wake up, then I'll have a cup of coffee ready for you and a pair of pads. You know, pair of pads and a helmet ready for you to go. Are you with me?
I'm with you. As long as you got as long as you got the ambulance close by, I'm good to go, man.
Hey, listen, man, it's always good to have a chance to get what you catch.
Yep. I hear that. I agree with a lot of what you're saying today, Coach. And finally, the only thing that I got left for you is our listeners really love to get behind the scenes with coaches and players. If you are able to give us just a little bit about your typical day as a coach of the Commodores, we'd really appreciate it.
Well, you know, for me, it's generally getting in somewhere between 6:45 and 7. I'm getting a small workout, maybe if I can, have a quick Bible study, touch some scripture, and some alone time, and then I really get into the bigger part of my day, and that's generally just looking at, you know, what my schedule looks like. Some of it is you know, with our student athletes, you know, on particular days, man, we have a certain amount of allotted time to meet with our student athletes, you know, for about 45 minutes, offensively, defensively, and then I'll come back, have a staff meeting, you know, for about 30 minutes where we talk to our injury list, we talk through, you know, any additional issues, and then we'll have a little leadership training session, you know, as coaches, because I think, you know, leadership is important, and you know, it emanates from the top down. So, you know, if you're building leaders, okay, maybe you got to build it from the top down and from the ground up. And James Dobson, my strength and conditioning coach, is one of the best. So, you know, as a collective group, whether it's strength and conditioning, whether it's our medical staff, we spend a little bit of time just talking about, you know, our goals, our expectations, and then we move from there and go to our offensive, defensive units. Spend time there up until about noon. Then we try to get a quick workout in. Again, just trying to make sure that we can, you know, dust some age off if we can. Then we come back after lunch. I mean, we finish our meetings from about 1 to about 4 o'clock, and then our players generally come by just to say hello. And we try to spend some intentional time with our guys. You know, if they want, they know I've got an open door policy, so we talk about having intentional conversations. So they stop in just to say hello, and then generally our day concludes with you know, an event on campus, because we try to support as many of our other, sports as we can. So we try to conclude if there's a sporting event on campus, watching, in our men's and women's sports, participate in their activities. And then it's generally a recruiting call or two, a hit on Twitter, and then it's time for us to go home and get ready to do it all over again. So that's a typical day for Coach Mason.
Coach, that's a heck of a day. I thought John and I had a long day, Coach. You got way more going on than me and John got going on. We have to sit there and interview people all day. But look at you, Coach, doing it big for the Commodores.
Oh man, look at you, man. I'm just trying to make sure, man, I can get in where I fit in, and I feel good on the West end.
Oh, I hear that, Coach. The West End's a good part of time to be in, Coach. And, Coach, I'm going to tell you, if me and John can help you in any way possible we can, Coach, feel free to hit us both up. We'll have you on the show. We'll promote what you got going because I'm in Nashville pretty often, and John comes through as well. So we'll be love to help you out, Coach, any way we possibly can, Coach.
Well, thank you. Take care, gentlemen. You guys have a great day.
You too, Coach.
Coming up next, it's the Boss Report.